To put it kindly, King, we really don't agree. Gonna show
The tea
you how
into
we
the hand.
do. We're gonna dump this tea
Huzzah!
this harbor into the biggest cup of tea in history.
So it's Boston, 1773. Things are pretty tense between the British and us colonials, but one act is going to push us over the edge. It's the Tea Act of 1773. You know, the Tea Act actually made tea cheaper in the colonies. Why were the colonials so upset about that? It's like they wanted more expensive tea. It just goes to show you how backwards those colonials were. But there's something rotten here. See, this was really a way for the British government to give the struggling East India Company a virtual monopoly on all the tea in the colonies. They would receive massive discounts on import duties and could bring their tea directly into our ports, making it the cheapest tea in town. And since us colonials have no voice in Parliament, there was nothing we could do about it. The ships carrying His Majesty's tea started arriving in the colonies. 1 in Charleston, 1 in New York, Philadelphia, and 3 in Boston. But there were storms of protest in Charleston, New York, and Philadelphia, and it had prevented His Majesty's tea from being unloaded. Apparently, those colonials didn't appreciate such fine British tea they had. Which is jolly good. The tea was going back to England where it can be appreciated, right? But then Boston had to go and make such a big fuss about it. Well, 2 of the co-signees, those people who were designated to actually go pick up the tea, were sons of Royal Governor Thomas Hutchinson. So they weren't actually allowed to reject the tea and send it back. But at the same time, us Sons of Liberty, we placed 25 guards around the ships to make sure that tea didn't make it off. So when Hutchinson said, go pick up the tea, the co-signees were like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. So there are 3 ships, the Dartmouth, the Eleanor, and the Beaver, and they're just sitting in Boston Harbor with about £90,000 worth of tea on them. And they can't take it off because of the Sons of Liberty, and they can't send it back because the governor, but something's got to happen. Because according to the law, ships must be unloaded within 20 days of reaching port. And now it's the 19th day. Boston, you've got a real problem here. So on December 17th, 1773, Sam Adams has a meeting attended by 5,000 Bostonians, and there he declares a peaceful solution is impossible. This meeting can do nothing more to save the country. I say fie to King George and the British regulars. The natural liberty of man is to be free from any superior power on earth. Something drastic has to be done with these ships. 25 men volunteer to storm the ships with the purpose of dumping the tea into the harbor. They are dressed like Mohawk Indians, partially to disguise our identity, but more so to send the message that we are Americans, and this is America. And when it was all over, 10,000 British pounds worth of fine tea was just thrown into the water. To put that in perspective for you Americans, it's like $1 million today. It was just mixing in Boston Harbor, and you have to wonder, what did that do to all the fish? But who cares? This was a victory. This will send a message to Parliament that there will be no taxation without representation. So what if King George is a little mad at us? He's 5,000 miles away. He can't do anything to us. Right? So things are going to start changing around here, Boston. Boston Port is closed down until all the tea is repaid. Massachusetts colonial government is shut down. British officials don't need to stand trial in the colonies if they don't want to, and British troops being brought over if they need a place to stay, Why not staying at your house? Yes, the Quartering Act. How do you like that, colonials? Things just got real. But this gave the colonies something that they desperately needed, a unifying cause. Soon, the First Continental Congress would meet, and they would vow to defend each other, with whatever Britain throwed at them. And they would go on to create something new. A whole new government.
They knew the time had come for them to take command. It's very clear you're being unfair, King. No matter what you say, we won't obey. Gonna hold a revolution now, King, and we're gonna run it all away with no more king.
We're going to elect a president.
No more king.
He's gonna do what the people want.
No more king.
We're going to run things our way.
No more king.
Nobody's gonna tell us what to do.
Rocking and a rolling, splishing and a splashing over the horizon. What can it be? Looks like it's going to be a free country.